All right, YouTube, what's going on? Got my shirt in the mail today. I'm proud of that. Got a new hat. Oh, not this one, but I got a new hat. You don't understand. Shirts like this are harder than shit to find here. You can't find them here. You can't find them here in South Dakota. And I'm in the car because, of course, I'm all pumped up and I'm too loud. Hey, you can't. You're being too fucking loud. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, you know how that goes. It's colder than fuck here too. My car says 8 degrees, but it's colder than that because it just came out of a garage. Garages usually stay about 25, 30 degrees, whatever. Who gives a fuck? It is Wildcard prediction weekend. Wildcard weekend. This is where the big boys play. It's no longer regular season. This is all advertised on national TV, and it is best time of the year when it comes to football is the playoffs. And we all start, first off, let me go over the divisional round real quick. Seattle is at home. They got home field advantage. New England is at home. Carolina is at home. And Denver is at home and has home field advantage through the AFC. So them four teams, whoever wins these matchups this week, have got to travel. All four of us got to travel. Like I said, whoever wins. Anyways, enough talking. I'm going to pick them right in front of you. I use this, because quite frankly, because I had a hard time picking these games. I always do when it comes to the playoffs. But anyways, here we go. We got 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday. So that's how it's going to work. That same way next week too. So our first playoff game of the year is the Kansas City Chiefs and the Indianapolis Colts. Both these teams coming in at 11-5, and Indianapolis is at home, and they are currently a 2.5-point favorite. Now, it's understandable Indianapolis is at home. If Kansas City was at home, I think Kansas City on the road's in trouble. But if Kansas City was at home, I'd pick Kansas City in this game simply because of that fact. However, you got to remember, the Kansas City Chiefs were 9-0 at one point. Now they're 11-5. They've kind of stumbled their way into the playoffs. Which last week Kansas City should have fucking won. I mean, they had that game won. They clearly should have won it. But they missed the field goal, but it happens. And San Diego, by the grace of God, got in. So both these teams 11-5, and Indianapolis is getting 2.5. Now, we all know Andrew Luck's a good quarterback. Alex Smith, good quarterback, no doubt about it, but can he really step up in crucial time and win in a big game? That's the million-dollar question right there. I know he did good in San Francisco, but this is different. You're a whole new ball club in Kansas City. Andy Reid's a hell of a coach. He's really turned that team around. Regardless if Kansas City does lose this game, you got to give them credit. They went from a 2-14 team in the basement, garbage, horrible, to making an appearance in the playoffs the following season. So, but at Indianapolis in a hostile environment, Andrew Luck's a hell of a quarterback. I am going with the Indianapolis Colts in this game. I just think Kansas City has several more adjustments to make before they can get on the big stage. I think they're good, but I don't think they're good enough to go real far in the playoffs. We'll see what they do this Saturday, but I am taking the Indianapolis Colts at home to win the game outright, and I'm going to say Indianapolis wins this game 27-20. Medium score game in the 20s, and I think Andrew Luck throws a couple touchdowns, maybe an interception. And I look for Kansas City to actually struggle against the Colts. The Colts already did beat this team once in Kansas City. I believe it was in Kansas City. And they held them to 7 points. So we all know the Colts can beat them. So for that game, I'm taking the Indianapolis Colts to advance. And they will play the Broncos. Whoever wins this game, I believe, plays the Broncos. And whoever wins the Chargers-Bengals game plays the Patriots. So I'm taking the Colts. And that'll set up a rematch. Peyton Manning's old team again, only this time it'll be in Denver. It's going to be really good. So I'll take the Colts that game. Next game that we move to the NFC side is Philadelphia and New Orleans. New Orleans is 11-5, and Philadelphia is 10-6, coming off that big win against the Dallas Cowboys, which that really ain't saying much considering Tony Romo is out, and Dallas, by all accounts, looks like they should have won. But anyways, so Philadelphia's at home, and they're 10-6, and they are also getting 2.5 points. You know what I find funny? Every team is favored by 2.5 points except for my game, and that's the farthest spread. But anyways, so Philadelphia is a 2.5 point favorite at home. They are actually favored over the New Orleans Saints. Now the thing is, Philadelphia's at home, so It's going to be tougher for New Orleans, but we all know what Drew Brees can do, regardless how bad the defense is, which New Orleans Saints defense is, I believe, has improved quite a bit. And we just know that Drew Brees is a beast. We know what he can do. Nick Foles, hell of a quarterback. Michael Vick comes out and tweets and says, yeah, I'm still good. I want to play next season. Well, if you're playing next season, it ain't going to be in Philadelphia, Michael Vick. I'm sorry. But Nicholas Foles is clearly the better quarterback. He's younger. They don't want to deal with somebody who's 11, 12-year veteran. They want to move on and get somebody new. And Nicholas Foles has proven he's a good quarterback. So anyways, this one's a tough game to pick because I like New Orleans, but at the same time I like Philadelphia because I've seen what Nick Foles can do, and I know what Philadelphia can do when they show up to play. So that being said, this is going to be an upset. I'm taking an upset. I'm going with the underdogs. You know me, I always go with the underdogs. I like Philadelphia at home to beat the New Orleans Saints in a shocker game to start out the playoffs. I think Philadelphia wins this game 24 to 20. 24-20, 24-23, something like that. Very close, competitive game. Both defenses play good, and I think Philadelphia squeaks out the win. So I'm going with Philadelphia at home to beat the New Orleans Saints. My game right here. This is Sunday now. These next two games are Sunday. Cincinnati at home is a 7-point favorite against the San Diego Chargers. Now, we already beat San Diego once this season. One of our few fucking road games that we won. We didn't play with the shit on the road this year. And the Chargers are coming in at 9-7. They squeaked their way in the playoffs, but I did say when San Diego if they did get to the playoffs, they could do some damage. Now, fellow Bengal fans, real quick, for you guys to come out and say that this is a gimme, no, it's not. We know San Diego is never a gimme. I mean, come on, they beat the fucking Broncos, they beat the fucking, they beat Denver and Denver, they beat Kansas City and Kansas City. So San Diego's clearly can be a good team and a tough team. And as a matter of fact, they could actually upset the Broncos, really. They really could. Cincinnati, of course, I'm going to go with the Bengals. Look, I'm tired of being one and done. This is solely going to perform on how Andy Dalton performs. Last week was fucking atrocious. I mean, I'm not making any excuses. Andy Dalton's performance last week was absolutely fucking garbage. But we won that game. So anyways, guys, I'm taking my Bengals. I think Andy Dalton has a much better game. I think San Diego's going to keep it very competitive, don't get me wrong. But I like the Bengals in a high-scoring game. Bengals score 34 points, and San Diego scores 24. 34-24 takes Cincinnati. And if Cincinnati doesn't win, believe me, you're going to hear it. I already told you. Now, if we were happen to lose this game and Andy Dalton played good, that's a different story. But if Andy Dalton stinks this up again, gone. Gonzo. You already know how I feel about that. He's on the fence with me right now anyway. So take the Bengals that game. Come on, Bengals need to win this game. Do it for your fans. We've waited a long time. We've waited long enough. Please do it. I'm not saying Bengals go to the Super Bowl by any means, but their first step, they need to cut the playoff drought and get a playoff win. They haven't had a playoff win since 1990 or some shit like that. I was a toddler back then. But anyways, take the Bengals at home. And our final game of the week, now this is a good game right here. San Francisco 49ers are a 2.5-point favored on the road in Green Bay. Green Bay coming in with the worst record this postseason at 8-7-1. And San Francisco has got the best wildcard record at 12-4. Now, San Francisco always seems to have Green Bay's number. The problem I see with this game, in Lambeau Field, we know it's going to be colder and shit there. I mean, Lambeau Field is not real far from where I live. It's probably 8 hours or something like that, but it's in the same area of the country. So we already know cold is going to be an issue. I don't know how cold it gets in San Francisco, but I guarantee it doesn't get to fucking 15 below zero like it's going to get on Monday. Guarantee you that. But a lot of people counting the Packers out of this game, and myself included, counting them out when Aaron Rodgers went out. Matt Flynn did just enough to keep them alive. But for this game, guys, I have to go with San Fran. And I think Green Bay is going to keep it way closer than people think. I think Green Bay is going to possibly could go into overtime, and San Fran wins by a field goal. But I'm telling you, with Aaron Rodgers just coming back, I don't think he's going to be 100% right. Aaron Rodgers is a hell of a quarterback, of course. Colin Kaepernick, I'm not a real big believer in at all. Really, I'm not. But I know the San Francisco defense is tough. Jim Harbaugh is a hell of a coach. I think San Francisco just gets it done. I really do. I don't know how far they'll go, but I think they'll get past Green Bay. So I'm taking San Fran to win this game. And for the score of that one, I look at it to be a high-scoring game. I really do. I like San Francisco to win this game 38-31. That's what I like. So we have the Colts, the Eagles, the Bengals, and the 49ers winning the wild card if it goes my way. So there's the wild card picks. I'm going to get back inside because, quite frankly, it's colder than fuck. Not so bad now since I've been in here a while, but come on, Bengals. This has got to be the year. We have to do something. We have to. We cannot be one and done again. We just can't. I don't even care if we don't go to the Super Bowl, but we just need to win a playoff game. And then we're at least over that step. I mean, AJ Green came out and flat out said it's getting annoying. Well, if it's getting annoying, then fucking do something about it. Tell Andy Dalton to play good football in the playoffs and get us past the first fucking round, then it won't be so annoying. Sorry. AJ Green, you're a beast. It's not your fault. Never was your fault. I mean, if you had Tom Brady or somebody, I mean, if you can get the numbers you can with Andy Dalton, can you imagine if fucking he was on Tom Brady's team or something? He'd be he is a Hall of Fame receiver, but he'd be leading the league in everything right now. So, gotta get it done. We just gotta get it done. We cannot be one and done again. We just can't. Like I said, I can accept the fact if we lose and we play a good game and we try our hardest, we didn't commit turnovers, that's one thing. But for Andy Dalton to go back there, he's thrown no touchdowns in the postseason and 4 interceptions. You want to be taken seriously, Dalton, and you're in front of your home fans this time. Last 2 years you were on the road, but you're in front of your home fans now. It's time to make a statement and do something. It's just time. It's time. Oh, I got my this right here too. Hey, I should be wearing this actually, but whatever. So, from a diehard Bengals fan, I've waited a long time. I mean, this shit right here is not cheap, believe me. Even on the internet, it's not cheap. That ain't the point. But the point is, been a diehard fan for many, many years. I've been through John Kitna. I've been through Jeff Blake, Akili Smith. I've been through fucking Carson Palmer. We wasted probably 5-6 years with Carson Palmer. I've seen it all. I've been through it all. Been through Cedric Benson. I've been through a bunch of shit. I've been through some bad years with this team. And this is the best football in the last 3 years that the Bengals have probably ever played since the 80s. So, do it for your fans. Because, quite frankly, I'm getting sick and tired of being the laughing stock of the NFL. I mean, we're not the laughing stock. I mean, obviously that's Cleveland or fucking somebody like that. But, I mean, at least we can win 10 or more games. But don't matter if you go 16-0 every season and you play like shit in the playoffs, it don't mean shit. So, Houday, go Bengals. I'll be watching the game, probably with a case of beer. And hopefully I don't have to get another TV because I've gone through so many of them, throwing them through the fucking window. Not really, but, you know, part of my language. I just feel like swearing a lot today. I don't know why. Anyways, good luck to all your teams. I'll be a good sport about it. And real quick here, look at that sunset. Come on, where else are you going to find something like that? Obviously everywhere, I guess. But beautiful sunset, beautiful night. Although it's fucking 3 degrees out, it's beautiful night. So take care, guys, and go Bengals.